Hello everyone, my name is Nasir Ahmed and today I'm really excited to present my final project for this semester for this course, which is the robotics under the guidance of Professor Eric. So my project is titled Elderly Companion and Helper Robot. Before going into further details, let me give you a quick intro about my project. So the aim of my project is to support elderly individuals. Let me open up the presentation. Yep. So it is basically to support elderly individuals, particularly those dealing with health challenges like dementia or especially Parkinson's disease. From my own experience, I worked as a caregiver a while back, like 2 3 years back, and the idea came from there. So yeah, it focuses on providing companionship, first of all, and then health monitoring, medication reminders, and emergency communication. The ultimate goal of my project is to enhance their quality of life, the patient's quality of life, and enable more independent living. Let's dive deeper into the project by going through the objectives, architecture, implementation, and results, and much more. So, the project objectives. The objectives of the project are health monitoring. We have a module health monitoring, and its function is to collect vital health data and trigger alerts if anomalies are detected. Then comes the voice activated interaction, enables seniors to interact with the robot using natural language processing NLP, which is the library. And then medication appointment reminders and stuff like that, which ensures timely reminders for their health needs. And then the emergency responses provides a system for immediate emergency communication. Then comes the advanced features, which include gesture recognition, motion control, and visual interactions. So this is our presentation, but let me go to the final project, which is a bit more detailed, so you will have a clear idea. Anyways, so I was talking about the objectives and give me, yeah, the objectives. So to achieve these objectives, so I developed multiple modules and implemented a combination of robotic motion in eye techniques. But let me remind you, this is not a complete project because of the hardware limitations and the time availability of time. It is not a complete project. I didn't create a whole robot and a health monitoring robot. No, I even developed some part of the code, and this is some modules, chunks of modules. It's not complete, but it's chunks of a module. It is where I can start for the future. If I ever want to make a elderly helper caregiver robot, then this is a good way to start. So next come the system designs and architecture, right? This is the sequence diagram that we created, and the sequence diagram. This shows the interaction between users, the system, and its modules. Then comes the data flow diagram. So this basically highlights how data moves within the system, ensuring smooth communication between the robot and its components. Then comes the use case diagrams presents. So we could have made a use case diagram for every individual, but I tried to make it into one. Here comes the use case diagram. I know I needed to make an actor and stuff like that, but I thought it's gonna be easier for anyone, even a layman, to understand what's my use case diagram is for. So basically it presents user functionalities such as interacting with the robot via voice commands, then receiving reminders and activating emergency communication, as you can see in the use case diagram. So we have a bunch of other diagrams as well, like control flow diagram, and then comes the system high level system architecture diagram. But I don't want to, the data flow diagram as well, but I don't want to make it really long presentation. I want to make it short, so I'm just gonna leave it like this for you. Alright, then the module descriptions I've already covered. Then comes the implementation details. I won't like describe each part of the code, but this is So what I did, I could have written the code in a VS Code, but I thought it's gonna be easier for me to use Jupyter Notebook, because it really, I'm really good with the Jupyter Notebook, and it really differentiate between different parts of the code, and it helps the other users to read the code. It's really readable. So for example, if I, let's say, visual control image processing, I'm just gonna show you just one of the notebook. There we have all of these code for our project. So like, as you can see, it's really readable. I'm not gonna run it because it's gonna take some time. All of the code is gonna take a lot of time, but yeah, I've written all the functionalities inside the notebook. I've added comments, and it's really easy. Well, anyone who will open my notebook, it will be easier for him to understand it. So I've given a summary as well in the end, and it's not just this notebook, every notebook. But if we start from the first one, which is accelerated base motion, or motion, I just name it. So this module focuses on, I'm gonna just remind you, I'm gonna just give you small chunks and just describe. I'm not gonna go every detail, I'm just gonna give you a summary of all of these code. So this module focuses on simulating robotic motion and gestures. It integrates base movements and arm motion control using accelerometer inputs. So basically it helps interacting with the robot, and it's just like I said in the starting, it's just a start. It's not a complete robot, or it's not really advanced, it's just a start. Then comes the gesture recognition, voice control, visual control. So I've put only 2 or 3 or like 5 gestures in this. So if you go like a thumbs up, it's gonna go tell you like it's a thumbs up. Let me just run it, this one. Let me run this code for you. I hope it doesn't get too much time. So I installed these libraries, and then I noticed that it wasn't working in other computers. So what I did was, I, even if it's not running, you can remove this part, but I went to the C file and took out the packages, because it was showing me a media pipe version error. So that's why I did this part. Anyways, so the like I said, it implements gesture recognition and visual control using image processing techniques. This allows the robot to understand and respond to visual commands. Here we utilize OpenCV to recognize user gestures in real time, which is critical for interaction. You can see the CV over here. It's a library. Let me see if we could. I don't think so. It has run yet. All right, we're gonna wait for it if it runs. My laptop is not that great, so it takes some time. That's why I'm not going through everyone. Then health monitoring module, like we discussed. In this module, we simulate health monitoring for metrics like heart rate and blood pressures. Alerts are triggered if any irregularities are detected. So now we have a function, health monitoring in this, which mimics health data collection and alert generation for anomalies. Let me show you if I can. Yep, this is the, oh, this is the function that I was talking about. All right, then comes the mood recognition notebook. So basically what I implemented in this was, I tried to implement, it's not a advanced one, but I tried to implement NLP and machine learning to recognize the user's mood based on their speech input. So I have not integrated the speech in this, but as you can see, I've just added the pre sentences like, I'm thrilled with the results, and they're giving me the predicted mood. Oh, let me see if it rained or not. So I'm gonna be back. All right, I think it rained, so let me see. Oh, that's, we are recording the screen, so I don't think so it's working right now. I don't think so it's gonna work right now. But yeah, if you thumb give, you can try it after it, but if you give it a thumbs up, it's gonna show you that that's a gesture of thumbs up. And then if you point the finger up, it's gonna show you basically, and it's gonna tell you that you're it's gonna recognize your pattern. And So next come the reminding scheduling module. I'm just gonna go through a lot quicker because it's gonna be a huge presentation if I go through everything, right? So I'm just gonna go really quickly. This module uses natural language. Oh, I already discussed it. Sorry about that. The reminders scheduling module comes. The reminders module ensures timely notifications for medications and appointment using scheduling libraries. We have a simple function in this which schedules reminders at predefined intervals. Then robot, let me see if we have already, yep, we have already this reminders added, and I've already ran this, so yeah. Alright, the robot mock-up notebook. I tried to, I mean, it's not the best, trust me. So this notebook stimulates the overall behavior of the robot, integrating all the core modules. So like I said, it's not the perfect robot, but I tried. So it's the top wheel, and then it's just like a basic structure of how a robot gonna look like. It's the right arm, left arm, sensors, camera, and bottom wheel. Then comes the robot motion simulation. Basically what this does is it specifically handles robot motion stimulation, ensuring smooth and realistic movement. Let me see if yep. So it's gonna, I'm not gonna run it because it's gonna take some time, so I'm gonna move to the next. Then comes the robotic arm motion planning. In this notebook, I implemented motion planning algorithms for a robotic arm to perform tasks efficiently. And if you could see in these notebooks, I tried to integrate what I studied in our robotics course as well. So you're gonna see some stuff like kinematics and stuff like that. The chapters that we studied in the course. So yep, let's go to the visual control and image processing. So what this module does is focus on visual control using image processing, enabling the robot to respond to visual cues. So it's gonna detect your if there are two faces, three faces in the video. I don't think so. I ran this. Yeah, I ran this, but it's not gonna show right here. But it's gonna show you like right here. It's gonna give you an output right here that how many faces it detects when you run this. Alright, this is our end of the notebook. Well, let me go back to my final report. Then comes, and we have made the flowchart diagram of the interaction module as well, just to see how the code is gonna work. It's a flowchart how the code works. Alright, and this is the use case diagram for the same module. And then let me see. Right. So basically when I started this project in the proposal, I didn't mention these things that I would do. So I gave them enhanced modules and I added them some extra work because I had the time. So yeah, why not? And then comes the results and analysis. So this project, this project really demonstrates simulated health monitoring with alert systems, then effective NLP-based interaction for user communication, then integration of gesture recognition and visual control, showcasing significant potential. However, let me add this again, I mentioned this before as well, due to time and hardware constraints, and as it is one subject project, it's not a whole final year project, so the physical testing was limited to stimulation, so that's why it's not fully like tested and everything, and it's chunks of code and chunks of part of our project. It's not a complete project though. So this is then comes the conclusion. Oh yeah, this is the real-time use cases. So I've used GPT-4 to create these images. It's basically showcasing how a robot is going to be used in the daily life. So if the patient needs this here, the robot, as you can clearly see, the robot is helping the patient to assist him with drinking water. And same goes for the use case 2. He detects like the one of the module I developed in this chunk of code, that it's gonna send emergency response alerts and stuff like that. So it's showcasing that use case. Then again, it's helping him change and stuff. So yep, and I've already discussed the limitations that due to the absence of physical hardware and limited testing on mobility and sensor integration. So these are the limitation, but future iterations could include in the future, if you want to enhance this project, it can include all of these things. So in conclusion, I would say that my project, the Elderly Companion and Helper Robot, is a step towards enhancing the lives of seniors by providing health monitoring reminders and interaction features. For future work, I would say that I plan to, in the future, I would integrate advanced sensors for accurate health tracking and then improve the physical mobility with robotic hardware. If I had the robotic hardware, I would have installed and improved the physical mobility and would have shown you, and it would not have been chunks of code. I would have integrated the code to the robot. Anyways, and the third thing I would say is that in the future I would like to develop advanced machine learning models for better interaction and personalized care. The models I presented and the code I used, it was a starting point. It's not the ending, and it can be enhanced a lot. So yeah, these are the references I put. I missed a reference, I guess, for the ChatGPT. I should have put that reference as well, because the use case diagrams that the practical diagrams I just showed in this presentation, I generated those images from ChatGPT because I didn't have a robot, so I couldn't take photos of the robot and stuff like that. So I had to go through GPT-4 for that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this project inspires further innovation in robotics for elder care. If you really enjoyed it, I know this presentation was a bit long, but if you enjoyed this presentation, I mean, every YouTuber say this. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just doing this for the course. But yeah, like, share, and feel free to leave your questions in the comment section below. And once again, I would say that this project was created by Nasir Ahmed. My name is Nasir Ahmed, and it was for the robotics course that I studied in the Lewis University. I'm studying in Lewis University right now. So, and under the guidance of Professor Eric. So yeah, thank you for watching.